Hey guys!
Hi.
Okay, so I'm here with Lana from Mystical Roots.
Hi.
We had to film this video outside just because, like, she's such a fairy. I love her so much. She's such a fairy vibe. So I met Lana at the Psychic and Healer Arts Fair. Is that what it's called? The expo, and she has the coolest stuff. And I was filming her. If you guys haven't watched the vlog, it's up. Check it out on YouTube. Okay, so anyways, I met her and I asked her, oh, how old are you?
I'm 16.
16. She's 16, and I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe you have your own little business and everything. Like, this is so fucking cool. So she's in San Diego, I'm in San Diego, so I was like, okay, we need to film a video together. So that was what, in June, it was like June something that we met. And she was on a trip to Iceland, and I was in New York, and now here we are. So I'm so excited to show you guys her stuff. So, okay, so first, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you know? Do you know anything? Like, are you for sure a fairy? Do you know if you're a fairy?
I don't know. I've never gotten, like, I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like I take so many different forms. Like, even, like, I know I'm so young, but I feel like I've taken so many different forms, like, throughout my life, and I will continue to evolve. So, I mean, whether I have magical wings, or I'm like a little stick man, or I'm an alien or something, I feel like we're just all, like, essence when it comes down to, and just, like, spirit.
Yes, I love that. And this is like, I just love this, you know, I'm 36. So I'm like, I just love this newer generation because they're just so open. And, like, you guys are just like, we're everything. And I'm like, great, I love it because, you know, when I was growing up, you know, like, one thing only. Okay, so when did you start getting, like, have you always been into spirituality or stuff?
No, so I've always been into arts and crafts. That has always been something, like, my inner child. Even when I was young, I've always done paintings, arts and crafts, just anything. I got into spirituality when I was about 12 or 13. I don't know if you know what the dark nights of the soul is.
Oh yeah, we've been going through it.
So I feel like I'm a very ancient spirit. So I feel like I was kind of bound to go through it, like, really young. So I went through that. And then after that, of course, you know, you go through, like, the spiritual essence, and then you go through, like, the material dark nights of the soul, where you realize, like, wow, like, this existence doesn't have pure intentions for us, except for the land and Pachamama. But all of, like, the corporations and the government, they don't have a wholehearted intention for us. And so after...
The plane is so loud, and she's so soft-spoken, so I want you guys to be able to hear her. That's the only downfall of being out here is the planes. There's so many of them always flying around.
People floating.
Yeah, I would say it's just the aliens saying, I know, we are like ants to them. Okay, so you were talking about...
So I was, like, a lover of Bath and Body Works, I think it's called.
Okay.
And I found out all of their perfumes, just like any perfume in general. Like, if you're giving your money and your energy to, like, Victoria's Secret, Bath and Body Works, all of those places have tons and tons of chemicals in their products, and they're not intentional. Or if they have intention, their only intention is to sell you things that are going to damage your respiratory system, cause you cancer, whether it's internally skin cancer. Even the candles have...
Sorry. I swear, you guys know when you're watching me on lives, the planes do not come out until I'm out here. And then literally, the minute I start filming, they start going. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so moral of the story, what I'm trying to say, is all of our stuff is non-intentional, not high vibrational. Of course, I'm talking about the corporations, like, if, you know, you like support a small business, like, obviously that's handcrafted with love. But yeah, more of the story, I wanted to create stuff that was intentional, high vibrational, that was earth-based, sustainable, vegan, because it is, like, our spiritual duty to, like, keep the earth as protected and as nourished, replenished with life as we can.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see. Okay, so when did you decide to start start doing your own like business with this stuff? Hold on. I feel like this is gonna just be like the whole video. We're gonna have to be holding for sound, and this is probably just gonna go up at one shot. I will not cut. Oh, there's two now. There's two right next to each other. I can't.
So, I started when I was 15. I was working at this little plant and metaphysical shop that was a multi-vendor collective. And I originally started off selling and creating very different stuff. My stuff has obviously evolved as I have evolved. And I was fortunate enough to work at like a multi-vendor collective, so I was able to sell my stuff in there.
Nice.
And then after I stopped working there, I decided that I always had a vision to create very witchy, very herbal stuff, but you know, being so young and like a lot of people are not, you know, like super open-minded to that. I was like nervous to put my like full authentic heart out within all of my creations. So when I finally did that, I felt like everything like aligns. Like, I don't know if you can like put like my logo right here, but like my logo, it's like a little fetus coming out, like hurdled up, and it's like a little fetus like God. Evolving, and like I feel like that's me. Like I'm just like a little plantita seed, like a seed like growing.
Where are you from? What's your background?
Oh, I'm from here. Oh, I'm Mexican and European.
Oh, nice. So do you speak Spanish?
Si.
Oh, me too. I'm from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I wouldn't have guessed. But nobody ever guesses with me either, so.
Yeah, everyone thinks I'm white.
Yeah.
Straight up white.
Yeah.
I've been told I look Indian though.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. But you don't actually, like, you draw your freckles on?
Yeah.
Oh, do you not get any? Oh. I get a lot of freckles, although they're a little covered up right now. But it's so funny when, like, I remember Lindsay Lohan back in the day, she was, like, trying to bleach her freckles out, and now everybody draws them on. Like, trends just come and go.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so 15, that was literally just a year ago.
Yeah, well, my birthday's in October, so
okay.
Almost 2 years, I guess.
October, are you Libra?
I'm Scorpio.
Scorpio!
Yeah, the 27th.
Oh my gosh, okay, I love it. So that, did you say it was a little over a year ago or less than a year ago? Over a year ago. Okay. And so you started doing your stuff. So, okay, let's show them because we've been talking for so long and still haven't shown them. So let's see.
These are offerings for you. This is just a little eucalyptus bundle because I grow a lot of herbs. And,
oh my gosh, how cute.
You can put it like in your shower, good for aromatherapy.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen like the shower steamers of eucalyptus.
Okay, no, I have not.
So you just like put it in your shower, and then when it gets hot, the scent comes through.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Nice. And do these like end up dying? Like, what do I do?
No, she's already dried. So
she's already dried.
The moisture from the shower, it's gonna kind of make it moist, and all the scent will come out.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much.
And then this is an offering for you.
Ooh.
My prosperous as fuck spray.
I love it. Look at this, you guys. Prosperous as fuck. Oh. Okay, guys, this is just mascara that it's in my nail. Oh. Okay, but look at that. Oh my gosh. Abundance spray. Money drawing. Oh my God, I love this one. Thank you. This is exactly what I need.
Because I do the Ocean Beach Farmers Market if you're in San Diego.
Oh, Ocean Beach Farmers Market. You're there every Wednesday?
Except for this coming Wednesday. I will be in Hawaii, but every Wednesday, unless I'm dead, I will be there.
Unless I'm dead. Oh my God, I love this. So is this, just spray it on?
Yeah. It's like an all-natural perfume, room spray, body spray, linen spray. She's got eucalyptus, peppermint, frankincense, jade, marigold flowers.
Eucalyptus, jade. What'd you say?
Marigold flowers, hawthorn's leaf, peppermint.
And you make this yourself? I love this. Yeah, I love this.
I grabbed her and truly because, as I was saying, all my stuff was still in my cart because I haven't unpacked it. And I was just like, okay, like, God.
Yeah, which one?
And I was like, okay.
Girl, that's exactly what I need. That's right, money drawing potion. Bring the money to me.
And then I do a bunch of stuff, but I also make these little teacup candles.
Look how freaking cute this is.
So they have like little preserved moss, flowers, little crystals, herbs.
I love that. It is so, oh my god, and like this right here, it really just reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. And I was just talking to you about Alice in Wonderland. Tell me this doesn't look like the Mad Hatter with this.
I never thought of that. I always thought it looked like, oh, there's a friend.
Oh yeah, they'd be crawling on us. They'd be crawling on us.
Oh, he looks very interesting.
Yeah, they're super interesting.
Oh, I've never seen him.
Oh my god, there's like so many birds. They just were all together and they just spread out. Oh, oh my god, this smells so good. What does it smell like? I don't, you know.
I think I did this one, hibiscus, and what was it? Hibiscus, and it was sage. Hibiscus and lemongrass sage.
Hibiscus and lemongrass sage.
Yeah, so I do that.
It smells so good. I love this. I would like not even want to light it because it's so beautiful.
So often, and
yeah.
I internally contemplate whenever someone says that. I'm like, do I make my stuff like not like less pretty, but like less all out, so people want to burn it, or I get like conflicted.
I know, it's just so beautiful. Like, this is so beautiful. I wouldn't want to light it, but I mean, obviously there's a reason to light it, so you do want to light it, but then you're like, but it's so pretty.
Yeah, all my candles are made with all natural coconut soy wax and cold pressed oils, so I don't use any heavy like toxic fragrance or paraffins, so it's not going to damage your respiratory system. It's safe for kids, pets, animals, the environment.
I love this. You're such a little genius.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
To switch from the candle, I've got to revert back to the basics. I do little like sage bundles, but I make them very pretty. So this one has mugwort, rosemary, rosebuds,
that is so pretty.
lavender. Yeah. She doesn't really smell like much. She's powerful. Yeah, you can go ahead, smell her.
So I would light the whole thing?
Yeah, it's just like the typical fat 4-inch like sage bundles. I've always had trouble lighting those. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it never catches on fire.
They don't.
It
They don't.
smoke.
So, okay, so for people who don't know about sage, what would people use sage for?
So sage is good for cleansing. That's pretty much it. A lot of people think sage is gonna like cure your life problems. But sage, it's really good for cleansing. Okay, you want to cleanse, but it's like you can cleanse, but it's like you have to set the intention with something else. You can't just cleanse and have like, you can have a neutral energy, but it's like, don't you want to have some type of basis? So I use sage as the base, and I add rosemary for banishment and protection. So you get rid of any negative energy, and then I add lavender to relieve any tension, to welcome in the energy of harmony, and then I add rosebuds to set the intention of love.
This is just so beautiful. You're just so creative and like artistic. I love all this, but I'm like, I don't know anything about flowers or plants or anything, and people are like, oh my god, get like a plant for your house, and I'm like, it'll die in 2 days. I don't know what to do with a plant. So the fact that you're able to like do all this and you know so much about all of them, you just like, when did you start learning about all this stuff? Like do you know all about like the flowers? Like, you know, obviously all the stuff you're putting in here.
When I go on hikes, like I'll like see something, I'm like, I went on a hike with my friend the other day, and I was like, this is like wild kale, or like I'll be like, this is dill or thyme, and I'll just like put stuff in my mouth, and I'm like, hey, hopefully, you know, I make it through the day. But
you're just like trying things on the hike. You're like,
yeah, I'm like a little vegan grasshopper, just like eating all the herbs.
Oh my gosh.
No, honestly, I've never studied herbalism. When I went through my spiritual awakening, obviously I read tons of books on like crystals and herbs and everything and the metaphysical properties. But it kind of just comes to me. I feel like I'm very centered within Pachamama, and like my roots are strong in her. So I kind of just do everything intuitively.
I love that. That's definitely very intuitive.
And then my last little offering for this video, I do a set of 5 intention candles. So I have Love Spell, good for attracting love, tapping into your self-love energy. I have an energy cleanse, which is good for cleansing, removing negative energy. What else do I have? A road opener, good for new opportunities, paths, success. A money magnet, good for drawing in money, abundance. And today I've brought my anti-anxiety one.
Ah.
So she's good for stress relief and tranquility.
Oh my god, I definitely need this for sure. And look at this. How cute. Anti-anxiety. You know what's so funny? This morning I was filming for my Instagram story and my sister got me this mood necklace, so it changes with your mood. Okay, this fly is like
he's
right.
like all
He's
of
in me, and it's they do this to me all the time. Every time I'm like channeling or doing something, there's always a fly around me, and sometimes I really just think it's like them sending me things through like I don't know, like there's like connected, like their little brain is connecting to mine. Anyways, so my sister gave me this, and this morning I noticed that it turned into my hair.
Oh, he's gone.
This morning,
no, he's still here.
I know, he just won't go. I noticed that it turned yellow, and I hadn't seen it turn yellow on me before, and so I was like, oh my god, it's yellow. Let me look up what the yellow is, and it means anxiety, anxious. Yeah, and I was like, oh, am I anxious? And then you bring me this, the anti-anxiety, so it's literally perfect.
Yeah, so she has bay leaves. I use crystals in all of my candles so you can fish it out when it melts and carry the intention wherever you go.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I also add oregano, clear quartz. I'll do a variety of crystals, so it kind of go intuitively, so I feel like not everyone's going to resonate with clear quartz, so some of them I'll do like amethyst. I kind of do that with all of my products just because not everyone's the same. Everyone's drawn to different herbs, different,
yeah. Oh my god, I love this so freaking much. So now you've been doing this. How long have you been selling your products?
Since I was 15.
Okay, so how long did it take you to start all this? Kind of put everything together.
So I didn't start off doing candles. I originally started selling herbs because garden witch. So I have a green thumb. Oh, now he's like connected.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I started selling herbs, and then I started getting into aromatherapy. So I would do different like skincare stuff. My cosmic goddess oil. I don't know if you remember her, but different oils, and then finally I got into candles because that was like a big one I've always wanted to do. That one took me a while, a lot of trial and error. Just because I didn't feel the need to like take a class or anything. I just thought when I'm ready, I feel like I'll know deep within me. So, I mean, I've put myself out there since I was 15 with big mystical roots, but I didn't start being very authentic till probably like a good 4 or 5 months after.
As someone who, I didn't have I guess I just didn't have not the drive, but even that it was like even an option that I could be 15 in high school and like creating my own business. How have you always been just like, like a go-getter? Like you just see it, you go for it? Like, no?
If I'm being honest, I was really lazy. I still have my moments, obviously. I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, I feel like I'm definitely more of like a hustler just because I'm so passionate about it. Like any like little break I'll get, like you either find me like outside in nature, like in the sun, grounding, or I'll just be in my little creative space just creating magic. So.
I love that. And so where do you sell your stuff? Do you only sell it out or do you sell it online?
So I sell through my Instagram. My Instagram's, you can put my Instagram page right here, maybe. I don't know if you do that.
I can try.
Okay.
I'm like, don't post edit. I literally just post everything, but I'll try if I can. But I could write it in at least.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not an image, but I can at least write it in. So what is Mystical Roots?
Mystical dot roots.
Mystical
no
dot
caps,
roots.
just lowercase mystical dot roots.
Okay, and then they could just DM you.
Yeah, you just DM me what you like. I ship across the world. I do local delivery, pickup, drop off if you're in San Diego.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Okay, so what is your price range so that people get an idea of how much everything is?
So I have my intention candles are 20, and I also started doing 4 ounce size. So these are 6 ounce, so they're 2 ounces less for $14. So just, if you want to test the waters, you're not really sure. I have that for, those type of people. My teacup candles, they're $35. And I always tell people you get everything. It's not like you get like just a teacup or the plate. It comes with everything, the herbs, the crystals.
They're just gonna be hanging out with us the whole time.
And then my intention sprays are $20. And then my sage bundles are $9.
And do you have these too or no?
Occasionally.
Okay.
I do like seasonal things.
And then don't you have like wands too?
I have a bunch of stuff I didn't bring.
Your wands are so cute.
Yeah, so I have
What?
these,
Is it a
these
oh my
like
god,
giving you
yes.
messages.
Yes.
I have magic wands. They're on my Instagram. Those are $45.
They're so cute. You guys have to check it out. I love them.
My most expensive investment, I'd say, are my protection wreaths. Those are $77. They're on my Instagram. I don't know if she'll put a photo, but if not, they're just like little enchanted wreaths. Everything besides that, I have zodiac sprays. They're aromatherapy based. Those are $25. Oils, little like roll-on oils with different intentions for $13. What else? Incense,
Wow, you have so much.
I know. I've expended a lot. I have incense that I make for $1 each. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Wow. I feel like I have to sneeze. Hold on.
Bless you.
Woo! Thank you. Oh, okay. I will seriously love everything. So you're in high school. When do you graduate?
So actually, I'm fortunate enough that I graduate early in December.
This December?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I just took my online final because I was doing online classes to make up the credits.
Yeah.
So I just finished that, and then I have to go back to in-person school, and I graduate in December.
Oh my gosh. So you're going to be 17 by then?
Yes.
So you're going to graduate essentially like a year early? Are you graduating a year early?
A semester early, yeah.
A semester early.
A year early.
Oh, yeah, a semester, right? Because everybody's going to be graduating like in the
2024.
summer. The summer, yeah.
The summer.
Wow, how cool. So I'm guessing you're not going to go to college because, like, why?
No.
Would you? Okay, good.
I don't have intentions on being a doctor or nurse.
Yeah.
Lawyer, and that's not.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
what do you want to do after you're done with school? Like, what are you gonna do with your stuff?
After I graduate, I'm going to be doing a homestay with a native tribe. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're the Andean people. They're like ancient Quechua healers.
No, where at?
In South America.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'll be.
Yeah. They're right above our head.
So yeah, I'll move out there for a couple weeks, months.
Wow.
And I'll just be doing like what my ancestors did, just taking care of the land, the animals. I will get to teach poor students English, so I'm very excited for that. Just going back to the basics, like natural weaving, dyeing methods.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah. So I'll be doing that, and then when I come back, obviously I want to do like my business more. I don't want to say full time because that sounds like too professional.
Yeah.
But I want to take it more serious.
Like,
next level.
Yeah,
We're gonna go
next level up. And honestly, like after you do that and go there, I feel like you're just gonna be even more in tune and like more transformed. And I can't even imagine how amazing your stuff is gonna be when you come back from there. Because that is gonna be like a whole different world, like to live there and experience that.
Yeah, no Wi-Fi, no electricity, no hot water.
Wow.
Even you can't drink the water there. Just like pure ancient rooted land, sacred land.
Wow. I feel like not a lot of people would be willing to do that.
Yeah. Have you seen the show Naked and Afraid?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going into there. Like, with clothes, obviously. But
Yeah, with clothes, you're like, oh my god, what am I doing?
Like, no expectations, just gonna go in like an open heart.
And that's like right when you're done with school, you're going, like next year,
December
of next year, or this December. Oh my god, I feel like we're gonna have to wrap this up because these planes will not stop. And then the minute we stop filming, it's gonna be quiet.
Yeah.
Every time. So December, you're gonna be there for how long?
So I'm gonna, I really don't know. I know I'm gonna go backpacking for about a week at the end once I get done living with the family, but I'll be there for 2 months.
2 months? Wow. Oh my god, that's so exciting. I really, really want to travel. I mean, you just went to Iceland. I've never been out of the country. So I literally just got my passport. Well, I went to Mexico for my birthday, but Mexico's right there. So
She's still out of the country.
yeah.
You got that stamp.
Yeah, I got that stamp. I went to Cancun. That was fun. But I want to travel. I want to like, it's like the U.S. and America is like so, I don't even know how, it's like not even real, honestly, compared to the rest of the world. And I want to see how other people live because I feel like we take so much for granted here. And if I could just like, see like how other people are living and like it just makes you so much more grateful. Like I'm like, oh, I can't stay there, you know, because of this or because of that. And it's like, look at how other people live. Like you'll be fine, you know. And on top of that, I want to experience other cultures and like learn about other people, how they live, their belief system. And I think it's amazing to just be able to learn from so many different people. Oh my god, there was like a beetle. You saw that? It's like flying over there. It literally came out from right behind you. It's a beetle bug. Oh, they're fun everywhere.
No, yeah, good. Touching on what you said about how people will be like, oh, like, I can never stay there. Like, go to a new country and you see all these people, especially second, third world countries. Yeah, they're obviously not as wealthy and, you know, they're living a very minimalistic life compared to the U.S. But if you notice, they're very rooted in culture and family and love. They'll never complain about anything. They're happy with the $20 they make in a day selling at the market. Like that sustains them.
Yeah.
And over here, if someone were to get that, being the currency is different or whatever, but still, you know, people would be like, how would you live like that? Like, why would you be happy?
Yeah.
But it's like, no, like they have a sense of gratitude and they're just so rooted in like family, culture. It's like, I'm your neighbor, we're your family.
You're right.
Here it's like a little bit more separated. Division.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting? I was just talking to my sister today about family. I don't know if you know who Matthias De Stefano is. He does these. He remembers all his past lives, and so he does a lot of stuff. He's on Gaia, and he does a lot of stuff online to help. Whatever, he does a lot of stuff. So, anyways, I'm doing this meditation of his, and he talks about family, and he said that originally the word family came from just a group of people who were in a community who needed to survive. And so everyone was an individual, but people came together and then built a community and then called it a family, and essentially everything stems from that. So like, so does, you know, like every community that we have, and then religion and everything. But then in turn, every community becomes essentially a religion, because like how you feel tied down to family, even though they may be toxic, or you don't want to defend them, you don't want to stand up for them because what they're doing is stupid. But a lot of people have that like guilt of like, oh, I have to because it's my family. But he was saying like, you know, from the beginning, family was just individuals who came together. Oh, we got a visitor. We have a little dog. Just a group of people that came together and built a community to survive. And so, like what you were just saying, like it doesn't have to be actual family. It's like, oh, you're my neighbor, you're my family. So it goes back to that. That's literally what it was. It was just a community of people that all came together and became a family. And I think that's so beautiful, because I think in this day and age, and especially here in America, like we don't have a strong sense of family. I think Hispanic people or like other cultures do, but just then when you come here, it does become a bit separated, and people will feel like, oh, I only have my family, like that's it, they're my blood. But you can build a family with your soul family.
I think our blood family is our relatives, and our actual soul family is like our soul tribe. Like you'll just know when you meet them, like you resonate with them. There's no need to pretend to be anyone. You're just like in a like neutral state of being. You can just connect and dive deep within.
Yes. And I feel like I'm meeting these people now that I feel like are part of my soul family. Like I had to interview you because I was like, I just feel so connected to her. I was like, she's so freaking cute. And I had told her, because you guys know I usually do like affiliate links and stuff like that, but I was like, girl, you're 16. I'm not taking anything from you. I really just wanted to interview her to show you guys that literally anything is possible. And it doesn't matter like how old you are or what, because I had asked you like, oh, did you get a loan? Or did you have money to be able to start this? And I think you had said that
my dad lent me like
$100. So I was like, that she had to pay back. So she started it with $100, and like, look at how much you've been able to do. So you just started like really small, and then just would build something and then sell it, and then you just kept investing. Oh, I love that. I just think it's so important to see, because a lot of people are so scared. One, to start anything new. Two, to put themselves out there like this. And it's not even just start something new and put yourself out there, but then do something like this that a lot of people don't understand. And a lot of people that are not in our like vibration like wouldn't get why would you buy this, like why is this much, or what's even the point, or that doesn't even work, but it does.
That's one of like my mottos, is whenever I'm doing markets or events, I'm always like, I shouldn't have to convince you, and I won't convince you to buy any of my stuff. If you're drawn to me and of my products, then you're drawn to me for a reason. But if you are not, I shouldn't have to sell you on it. It's like, you resonate with the frequency of my stuff, or you don't.
Right.
And if you don't, that's okay. If you do, that's okay as well.
That's something that I had to learn, because when I was doing all my videos and stuff, I was just getting so attacked with the stuff that I was talking about, and I felt like I had to defend myself or try to convince people of my point of view. But I finally got to the point where I was like, I don't have to make anyone
shit.
Yeah, I don't owe anyone anything, and like I don't have to make anyone see my point of view. I don't have to try to, if I'm sitting here trying to convince people of what I'm saying, I feel like I'm in turn creating another religion or another cult, or like trying to get people to like see what I don't have to, like I can explain my side, and if people want to see it, they can see it and accept it or whatever, but I don't have to resonate with everyone. And I think like because I was feeling so down on myself, because everyone was like telling me that I had schizophrenia and that I belonged in a mental hospital, and I was like, you know what,
you just aligned with the spirit.
Yes, exactly. It was like my ancestors came back and like reminded me. I'm like, I'm Taino, like my blood is like, Caribbean, like that's my ancestors, like they want to speak up through me, and I'm gonna let them. But people thought that I was white, so they were just like, we're appropriating. I'm like, I'm literally 100% Puerto Rican. Like, no, you guys are not gonna sit here and try to gatekeep and like colonize my thoughts. Like, absolutely not. So it was a wild ride, but then I realized like, oh my God, Jesus was literally saving people, and they still killed him over it, or crucified him or whatever. So I'm like, who am I? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get attacked too. I need to calm down. People are gonna have their opinion. Yeah, people are gonna have their opinion, and I just can't take it personal, because I understand that when people attack other people, it's really a projection of themselves.
That's something I've learned really deeply is, and this doesn't sound mean, but how other people feel, it's really not your problem. Like, it stems from their own triggers, their own traumas, and I believe that everyone is God and everyone's a reflection of you. And yeah, if someone is criticizing you, it can be a spiritual lesson to internalize and reflect on, and you can enlighten in that lesson, but you really can't control how people perceive you or see you, because everyone has different perceptions. Everyone's grown up in different environments, different human beings, different energies. So everyone's cultivated their own sense of personality, which in reality isn't our personality. We're not our personality, but it's like in this realm we associate so deeply with our personality, when at our core being we're just spirit, light. So you really can't take it.
Right. And then on top of that, like, we're not only carrying things from this lifetime, we're carrying things from lifetimes, karmas and like stuff that our parents went through, and our grandparents and our ancestors. So like, There's so much.
It's real.
It's so real. It's so real.
It is real.
It is so real. So and sometimes it's really hard to break out of the conditioning. Obviously, this is like eons, I feel like, of conditioning that we're going like through.
Back like Viking days, like we're starting a fire from 2 rocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this anger that we cannot start this fire, like that's through.
Yeah. So it's hard to not want to react to things and retaliate and be angry and whatever, but I think like the more that we learn, the more that we grow, the more that we ascend, the more that we realize that like everyone is just hurt and everyone has trauma. And that's really all it stems down to, is like everybody is fucked up. Let's be fucking for real. Everybody is fucked up. And so like exactly what you said, you cannot control anybody's perception of you because they are not you. They have not lived your life, and they're going to judge you or say things based off their perspective and their experiences.
Yeah.
I think go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. In Buddhism, they call it samsara, which is where like we're stuck in this cycle of what Buddha calls suffering, and until we free ourselves, we will continue to be in the cycle of suffering. But there's something called Dharma by Buddha, where it's like you take all of these spiritual lessons by any spiritual teacher, not just Buddha. You can follow Jesus or Mormon, whatever you want, or don't follow religion. Follow your heart, follow spirit. And you take all these spiritual lessons that you're guided towards, called Dharma in Buddhism, and it's like you break out of samsara, which is the perpetual suffering, to achieve a higher state of being, for the benefit of all living beings. Because when one being becomes ascended or enlightened, it's for the benefit of the collective.
Have you heard of the Law of One by Ra?
I've heard of it.
Okay, so the Law of One, it talks about the different densities and how like in first density, it's like essentially what the soul goes through. There's like 8, but I think there's more. I think there might be like 12 or 13 or maybe even more than that. Who knows? This is what we're aware of right now. So like first density, you're like an element, so like water, earth, wind. So you come as that and you experience that, and then in second density you experience what it's like to be nature. So you could be like a tree or a rock or grass, and so that you can
keep going. I want to know more.
Yeah, so that you can experience that. But then also that's like first level of second density, so it'll expand over thousands of years, and so you experience that, and then you can become an animal, and then when you become an animal, you start becoming more aware. You start growing in the awareness, and then usually you would end your second cycle or your second density with like being a pet, because you now have like a master kind of thing, and so then that's when pets.
Like you're able to kind of practice spiritual devotion, but not really, because you'll never be able to pray or to meditate. I don't remember being a God. I don't have that consciousness within me, but they can only devote their spiritual awareness to a certain like deep level.
To a certain level, right? So there's different levels of consciousness, and so then in the second density it starts becoming more like aware, but then in the third density is where you become a human, and this goes on for like, I don't know, 10,000 years or something, where you keep reincarnating, and usually around this time it's like on average of like 4 lifetimes that you live, because you have to go through your service to self life and your service to others life, and you have to complete more service to others than service to self. And the service to self life is obviously you're going to come back and do like the karmic like payoff for that, because in your service to self life you tend to be very selfish, where you're just like greed. What do I want? It's all about me. I know one of my service to self lives was my last life, and I was a male Greek musician. And I just know that I was fucking a lot of bitches, because like they just be coming.
Like, they like the piano.
Yeah, I was definitely. Oh my god, a white butterfly just flew by. I'm like, I just know, because like in this lifetime I have had so many issues with like women attacking me. I'm like, and they just like are on. I'm like, damn, they like all on my dick. Like I must have really fucked you guys in a past life. Like what is this? And I got a birth chart reading, and she was like, oh yeah, this is all karmic stuff. They're all coming back from your past. And I'm like, whew, okay, I gotta deal with it, because I don't remember that. Yeah. But you still carry that.
The karma carries.
It carries. So
I feel you, sis. I feel you.
that was third density when you become a human. Fourth density, you go and then you would develop eye awareness. So once you become aware of self, then you ascend onto fourth density. And then fourth density is love. So it is like they use Jesus as an example because they say like Jesus, you get into that level of being able to understand that God is within you and that you are just pure love. And then you can also go into like the healing aspects because you get it, right? And then fifth density, they use Buddha as an example because Buddha was like even more enlightened. And then it goes on 6th, 7th, 8th, and then until you become light pretty much. But I feel like we're always, and speaking for myself, I especially am always like in a hurry to like, okay, get this over with. But this is it's the journey of learning and remembering. And when you get to the end, then you just become light and there's nothingness. So then you have to come back to experience things again. If you wanted to, you can choose to whatever, go somewhere else. The point is, once you reach the ultimate end and you become source itself, it's like, okay, well, here I am. What can I experience next? Like, this never ends. Like, we're just always going to be experiencing something. And so I speak for myself, I have to not think about, I just want to get this over with, because you're never present. You're always like searching for something and worrying and always trying to get to the finish line. It's like, it's not a race. It's not just like, enjoy it. And I think this is such a beautiful time to be alive, even though it does not, I'm sure does not seem like it to a lot of people, because a lot of people are going through their dark night of the soul, which, we're all experiencing collectively. But the fact that we chose to be here at this time,
like the fact that you and I met each other, like at a fair, like in this realm, like on this timeline, like you could have easily not decided to go, or you could have easily like just walked past me, or like you could have easily not even like interacted with me.
Exactly. And I just feel like it was just so meant to be. I really think about the butterfly effect and how every step, look, and a butterfly just flew right there, an orange one. Every step you take, I always say that I'm really super connected to Britney Spears. I think that's her. I always say that Britney Spears and the butterfly, her consciousness and her energy. But the butterfly effect of like what everything had to happen to lead us here. Have you watched A Wrinkle in Time?
I don't really watch television or movies.
Oh, okay, love that.
The only show I'll occasionally watch is Naked and Afraid.
Yeah, because you're like, that's gonna be me.
Yeah, but, I don't know. I just feel like, even like when I'm in the presence of my phone, I just feel the radiation in it. I just don't like. I'm very sensitive to EMFs, and I don't like being near like electronics.
Wow, you really are just like a little alien. You really are.
I'm like, beep, boop, beep, boop, stay away.
Yeah. You're so cute. But seriously, because not even just this my generation, like we get so consumed by electronics and our phones that it's very rare that you meet people that are like, oh no, I want to be in nature. But like, I think that is just such a great example for people. And I think it's great that, how does this translate? Oh, sorry. What I was going to say about Wrinkle in Time is there is a point in the movie where the girl in the movie, she has to go through like these portals to like, she's trying to look for her dad, and she has these spirit guides come and help her through it, and Oprah's in it. Oprah plays like the universe. And so then the girl's like, can I go back and like be someone else? And she was like, why would you want to do that? Do you think about everything that had to happen since the beginning of time for you to be here right now, exactly how and who you are? And I just like lost it, because at that point I didn't want to be myself. Like, I wanted to be someone else. And so to be able to hear that, and I was like, wow, it's crazy. Like all the things that had to happen, all the people that had to get together and birth more people and more people and more people to like, for me to be here. And on top of that, like I almost died when I was young, when I was born, because my umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck and I didn't have any oxygen. So it had to like revive me. So I'm like, I could have died then. I could have died any time in my life, and I'm still here. I'm like, it's crazy.
Could have fallen on us.
I know. I know, literally. But I'm just like, wow, I really have to be appreciative. And if the story is already written, which I believe it is, and we have these contracts, like my higher self put me here and said, you can do this. and you're strong enough to do this, and you will get through everything. So every time there's a challenge, I always think like, wow, I'm such a badass. I can't believe I'm about to overcome whatever this challenge is. And then that's how we do it.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I resonate with that deeply. Do you remember any of your other past lives? Because I remember I have very strong codes of like 2 or 3 of mine.
Ooh. Well, like, so I've gotten some readings done, and I've like seen stuff under hypnosis and stuff. So I did have a past life that I looked like Luca, which you haven't probably seen the movie, but they're like fish people. And so I had like scales, and I was like blue green, and I had, you know, fins and stuff, and I lived under the water. So I was like, see, I knew I was a mermaid. And then I saw my planet being destroyed. 2 planes again. And then, so I seen that. I've been here before and done a past life regression and saw myself in Japan, and I was like Japanese, and I was like around cherry blossom trees and like a kimono and everything. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I've seen, and then I've gotten my reading. So like I was in Atlantis, I thought 11,000 years ago.
So was I.
Yeah. I think there's like a lot of us here that were in Atlantis.
I remember.
So Atlantis.
I just got goosebumps.
Oh my God, look at you. Yes. Atlantis, Egypt.
Oh my gosh.
Ah!
I was in Egypt too. I
Really?
swear I was like a queen of whatever Egypt. I really feel like I was like a reincarnate of Cleopatra. This is gonna sound like self-centered as fuck, but I really do feel like I was like on Cleopatra, or like if anything like Cleopatra in my past life, just because I feel like I've always had this thing with like cats, and I've always felt like in the ancient Egypt. Like, look, I even
No,
have
this
the
makes so much sense. No, this makes so much sense because we're in Lionsgate Portal right now, and the Lyrans are here. And so the fact that you're like, I feel this connection to cats, I'm like, this would make sense that we would do this right now because you're definitely Lyran energy.
No, yeah, and I feel like in the ancient Egyptian days, they low-key treated people like shit. Like, the queens, like, they were queens. Like, they had people feeding them grapes. And I feel like I was, like, one of those high priestesses, just, like, having a servant feed me grapes that I was treating really badly. No, I'm being, like, so serious. And I've never had past readings done. This is, like, just everything that's come to me in meditation.
Wow.
But, so I've had that one, and that's why I feel like it's translated. It's, like, a karmic seed that's trying to be healed and to be cleared within all these lives I've had, and I feel like I finally have the realization to release control to be of service to others, because I know my mission here as a celestial being is to be of service to others, and to serve the ancient medicine of my ancestors and of spirit and of Pachamama.
Yeah.
And I've also had like past lives where I remember I was being burned at the stake.
I've been burned. Me too. Yes. I've been burned for being a witch. Oh my God.
I think I've had like 2 lives like that. Just like boom, persecuted, and then she came back, boom, persecuted again.
Yeah, because I also believe, that's why, because I knew I wanted to be a doctor. I used to want to be a doctor. And even though, like, if I were to get into all this stuff, I just feel like I would be a medicine woman. Like, I'm like a natural healer, just like because of my energy. But I don't like tell people like, oh, take this, whatever. But I'm like, I'm just a natural healer. And I'm like, I know I was like a fucking medicine woman, and definitely, well, which is like, I think we weren't even witches. It was being herbalist and doing this, and then they call it witch.
Yeah, they call it.
And then it was a fucking witch hunt. And I just knew, you know why? Because like when I was little, I used to love this stuff. Like how you're like, I always wanted to do like all these little like witchy stuff, and I'm like, I wanted to too. I was not allowed. But I was always so intrigued by it and so interested and so curious. And so when I found out like that I was a witch and I was burned, I was like, it makes total sense. It makes total sense. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're at Atlantis, Egypt, witch.
Yeah, and then I remember being an alien.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I remember being a mermaid too.
Yes,
like,
we
I
do.
don't know, I feel like when people think of mermaids, they think of like them being so beautiful.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful to me, but like if the average person would look at them, they'd be like, what the fuck is that? Like, they're kind of hideous. That's why I'm so connected to water.
Yes.
And
Well, you're also a Scorpio. Definitely. I also, so one time I did shrooms, and I literally saw myself in a spaceship. I saw myself come down in a body of water. I saw myself like swimming like a mermaid in the water, and then I was born. So I do know definitely, and I know I'm from Sirius, and Sirius, the dolphins, like I was a dolphin that I would swim through the Bermuda Triangle and then transform myself into a mermaid so that I could like watch the people and stuff. I just want to like re-experience everything again. Like it's so freaking cool. And then we're like here and we're like, wow, this is the boringest life I feel
I'm like, I want to be that tree right now.
Yeah. I feel like it, but it's so cool because I feel like we find each other and then we talk about all this and then it's like all these memories come back and these feelings that I don't even know, it's like so hard to explain when you just like feel it, you know? Yeah. And then it's like we're here and this is like our avatar right now, like our character, but we literally have so many stories within us and within our DNA. And so it's just, wow. Oh my God, you have the little Merkaba. Oh my God, I love this. I love these. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, our DNA carries all of our ancestral roots, all these sacred codes. Like if we truly tap into our DNA, there's so much wisdom.
So much.
That lies within that.
Can you show them your tattoos? Look at them. Look how cute they are. So
we do a little
tattoo tour. So we got the DNA strands, super cute. Merkaba.
I created this on my own.
You did? Wow. And the Ankh. And the, is this the flower of life?
Yeah, the seed of life.
The seed of life. Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Are you really cold?
No.
Oh, okay. You're like chills. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then this is super cute.
Thank you. I got an Iceland.
Oh, you got an Iceland? Oh, I love that. I was gonna say, did you make it?
I used to make jewelry a lot.
Yeah.
I kind of stepped away from it just because, you know, new evolution.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. Wow, I can't believe we've been talking for an hour.
I know.
That went by so fast.
I know,
Okay, so you guys, make sure you check out her stuff. Don't forget, we've got the teacup candle. We've got her. These are manifestation candles, yeah?
Yeah.
Manifestation candles, which you have more. So you have anti-anxiety, you
I
have...
have Love Spell, I
Love
have
Spell.
Energy Cleanse, Money Magnet, and Road Opener. And I do custom candles, so I've done ones for friendship, communication. I've done some to heal relationships. I've done, like, you know, those simple, like, birthday ones, solar return. I've done all types of candles for all walks of life.
I love that. And then, of course, her sprays, which she's got more of. You have...
I have a fucking exorcism.
Fucking exorcism. I love that.
I have Worship Me, Bitch. Let That Shit Go.
Let that shit go.
Calm the Fuck Down. And Prosperous as Fuck.
Oh my God, I love it. I love that this is the one that they told you to give me. And of course, sage. And on top, and then the other stuff that she's mentioned, like her wand and some other stuff. So make sure you guys check her out on Instagram. Hit her up. You could let her know that you saw my video so you guys know. So she knows that's how you guys met. And thank you so much. I'm so happy we got to do this.
This was like soul, like not like soul, like soul refreshing.
Yes, it really was. And I just, okay, so today is August 3rd, and usually I had an ex, as don't we all, right? But anyways, you've never had an ex? Okay, well, okay, good. Don't, they're stupid. But today's his birthday, and so when you mentioned, I'm free next Thursday, and I was like, oh, let me look at the date, and I saw it was August 3rd, and I was like, this is perfect, because I feel like since I moved to San Diego, I had been with him since I moved for the last 3 years, and so every August 3rd I spent the day with him, and like now we're not together, and so I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing something for me. And I just feel like it's like a portal day, you know what I'm saying? Like anytime something falls on a specific date,
we're under 3 trees connected.
3 trees. I love this freaking park. But I was like, oh my God, this is perfect that she said this day, because I feel like what better way to spend, you know, when you get in loops, right? And so when you're trying to break a loop, like I start paying attention to what things fall on what dates, because that's like important to me, because then I feel like I'm on a new timeline. And so when you mentioned this day, I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. Like I'm going to be doing something for me on this day, breaking that loop, breaking that cycle, and being out in nature and being with you. I'm like, I just know that we are just activating each other, our DNA, and like leveling up together. So I'm so happy. Yay, girl power.
Girl power, pussy power.
That's right. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Lana. I love you. I hope we get to like do some more stuff together for sure. And I'll definitely have to go visit you at the market.
Yes. I won't be there next Wednesday, or this Wednesday. I'll be there the fall.
Okay, cool.
Until I die. So.
Thank you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.
Follow me on Instagram.
Yes, follow her on Instagram. Bye.
Bye.